Warning: Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Scared people, Huey. The Black Panthers scared people.
Anytime the black man attempts to change the slave image, he will scare white people. So the Black Panther Party, I thank you. When you said that we scared people, that means that we were creating a positive black image for ourselves.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description, go to change.org, and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, you seen the title, you saw the thumbnail. We got to talk about it. Salute to Kendrick Lamar. Salute to Kendrick Lamar. I actually watched the halftime show this year, and I haven't watched the NFL since Kaepernick. I haven't watched the halftime show, well, at least live, since Kaepernick. I did watch that Dr. Dre in 2002. Was it 2002 or 2003? And that was on the playback, so I didn't even go to the TV and watch it live. But this one I wanted to watch live, partially because of the fact that I knew Kendrick was going to do something spectacular to big up Black Americans. I knew that he was going to do something that was pro-Black, and he did, and he made a lot of us proud, and I'm going to do a breakdown of this, but I'm going to do the breakdown for my members only and for my Patreon because I don't want to get flagged. I am going to play some of the clips from the performance as well as clips from other areas that I want to emphasize. So yeah, when I do that, it's going to be in the members only area, and that's going to be dropping within the next couple of days. I also had a video that was supposed to drop tomorrow. Well, actually, it was supposed to drop when this video dropped. However, since I wanted to get this video out, I'm moving that video to Wednesday, and I'm going to drop 2 other videos today. And just look out for the other video. It's about the whole U.S. aid situation and Trump and the funds that is coming out, all the money going to these people, all these Democratic shills that ain't talking about the money laundering going on within the U.S. aid. Yeah, we're going to talk about that Wednesday. But I want to talk about this today. I really want to talk about this today. So first and foremost, let's take our time with it. Let's ease our way into it. We got a little time. So first, I want to start off with something that, I want to talk about several of the things that I liked about the performance. And I want to start off with this. This was one of my favorite parts of the performance. There are several parts in it that I love and that are my favorites. I have probably about 5 favorite parts throughout this whole situation. But this was one of my favorites off the back, right? It starts off, and when I saw Samuel Jackson dressed up like Uncle Sam, and he says, "It's your Uncle Sam," immediately it took me back to that Drake diss, which I didn't really listen to, but there was only a few notable lyrics in these songs that Drake put out against Kendrick. And so I wrote it here. It says, Drake, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go give him a Grammy right now. Where's your uncle at? Because I want to speak to the man of the house. And then I put Kendrick. okay, bet. And then Samuel Jackson here, you know, it's your uncle, Sam. And for me, basically, it's just a huge dig letting him know that it's about to be some Black American function going on. It's about to be some Black American shenanigans going on, and Canadians won't understand it. Or anybody else outside of Black American culture won't understand it. And that's exactly what happened. But Samuel also played the role of, I guess you can say, the PC government, right? Trying to keep Kendrick Lamar at bay, right? Trying to keep him from doing anything outlandish. And you can tell as the performance goes on, more and more you're seeing Samuel L. basically trying to move Kendrick in a way that's going to be a PC performance. And then it all went bad again. So I gotta say, I actually loved that he did do this. But another thing that I really loved is that all throughout the performance, Kendrick kind of teased Not Like Us, right? It was one of those things where you didn't know whether he was going to do it or not. But me being from California, being from Watts more specifically, him being from Compton, I was betting my bottom dollar that he was going to do it. And then when I heard him say, "You picked the right time, but the wrong guy," I knew right then, because you know us as Black Americans, when people messing with us or testing us, we either let them know two things: you got the right one or you got the wrong one. And either way is bad. It's a bad situation when either time a Black American says you got the right one or you got the wrong one. Oh, you already know you need to get out the way. Just leave that person alone. You dig what I'm saying? But at that point, I knew what Kendrick was going to do, because he's on a national stage, a YT platform, national stage, right? And he's basically letting them know, hey, it's the right time to do this, but you picked the wrong one, because I'm not going to be a puppet, bootlick, or anything like that. This is about to be all about Black Americans, in which it was. And it was beautiful. Another thing, I loved the SZA, duet out there. I love me some SZA, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she be saying some stuff sometimes, don't get me wrong. But as an artist and as a woman, she's a beautiful woman. And she's a beautiful artist. She has great talents, and I respect those talents. Now, I don't like a lot of the things she say sometimes when it's, on some dumb stuff. But hey, she's young and she's growing. We got to give her space to grow a little bit. And as long as she's hanging around Kendrick, I have no doubts that a lot of that nonsense flows to the wayside. You know what I'm saying? Serena Williams was there, walking her butt off, and I loved it. She was there. She was looking healthy. She was looking black again. I loved it, and she made sure to look in the camera and give everybody that look like, what? Shout out to Compton, a hub and a dub, 100. So let's get into this here, family, because this situation here is what caused, and this is another one of my favorite moments. This is what caused the thing that we're going to speak about in a few seconds. This part right here. Kendrick just called for reparations on the Super Bowl stage. And that's what happened. And some people just didn't like it. And so, the mutants, the mayonnaise mutants, the soy boy mayonnaise mutants, they're kind of upset, you know. They're really mad because what really happened is Kendrick took his time, that 13 and a half minutes, 14 minutes or so, and he made the Super Bowl into the blackest bowl. And that's why a lot of people have issue with it. They may not say it, but that's what the issue is. So you have people coming out saying things like this. Let's be real. The Kendrick performance at the Super Bowl halftime show was boring. Thanks for the Russian flag colors. This is how you know these folks don't know what the hell they talking about. Because because several countries have the red, white, and blue colors. How they're arranged is everything, though. And another thing that I actually brought to the attention of this dude was the fact that I see that he posted a video showing the colors, right? The red, white, and blue, right? But if you notice, he did not post the part where they stood in formation in the form of the U.S. American flag. So he's just trying to garner some sort of camaraderie with people who are just mad because he's not like them, and that they're not like us. Shout out to our brother Nas. He says the performance was rooted in Black American culture. If you have no idea what that is, then the performance went over your head. Notice the real Black Americans fully understood what was going on, while foreigners and others have no clue what was going on. LOL. And shout out again to our brother Nas, because that's absolutely correct. The only people that was upset were people who literally aren't from our lineage. That's just what it is. All the people that I spoke to in real life loved it. Loved it. But, you know, the Mayo mutants online, they have to complain about something. That soy is expired. That soy milk been expired. Let's go here. Skip Bayless. Lil Wayne should be performing at halftime. And I'm going to touch on why they feel that way. Here's another one. I must be getting old because this halftime show sucks. Here's another one. This Super Bowl halftime show just, well, it really effing sucks. Just pure garbage. Worst halftime show ever. Really? 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 The worst halftime show? Okay, see, that's what they do. Because it's not their culture. They try to denigrate our culture because they don't understand a damn thing about our culture and don't care to and don't want to. And those who do want to, they only want to know about the culture so they can, you know, gentrify it. That's what it is. I seen a post that Tariq posted the other day, earlier today, where it was talking about John Leguizamo now talking about Crip walking came from Mexico, but blacks made it funkier and national. This is the type of stuff that we have to deal with. First, this idiot talking about Juan Crow And as anybody who saw my video that I posted a few days ago, Juan Crow didn't exist until 2008, and it was only created to compare the immigration struggle to the Black American police brutality struggle. Not even the Jim Crow situation, just police brutality during the time of 2008. So here comes this guy with a whole nother lie. These folks just don't know what to do. So they're trying their hardest in every way to latch on and leech on and tether on to us. Or you have them trying to be or tether to the white supremacists. Let's continue. This guy here says, honestly, the Super Bowl halftime show should have been Lil Tunechi, Lil Wayne. This is so underwhelming. Super whack. I'm sorry. I'm West Coast, but this is weak as F. Weezy in his catalog would have been way more hype. Just saying. And all of these are Mayo mutants. Mayo mutants. Soy drinking Mayo mutants. Soft as hell. But I wanted to say this because there is an actual reason why these folks actually wouldn't mind Lil Wayne performing at the Super Bowl over Kendrick Lamar. And that's because they know Lil Wayne isn't going to do anything pro-black on a national stage like the Super Bowl. Oh yeah. They know that Kendrick Lamar is a wild card. But they also know that Lil Wayne, he's been cooning. He's been cooning.
That there was no such thing as racism.
There was a lot of backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or
No,
you still
not
feel
at
the same
all.
way? What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police and for up reason. I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matter, especially to my.
Do you separate yourself from it?
I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you do, you crazy as you. Connected to this flag right. As I'm connected, I'm a gangbanger, man. I'm connected.
Like I said, one, and Wayne isn't even a real damn blood. He's not from California, and this is what really gets to me. You know, Mac 10 went out there and turned these niggas out. That's exactly what happened. Mac 10 went out, got signed by Cash Money, brought Who Banging Records to Cash Money, and so then he started banging Bloods and all this other stuff. Beforehand, Lil Wayne was a quote-unquote Crip. He was running around in Watts with Juvenile. Around the grapes, yeah. Where I'm from, yeah. All around the Jordan Down projects. That's literally what they used to do. That's when they was running with the clique. All of a sudden, Wayne turns into this hardcore blood, huh? The buffoonery, it isn't welcome here. But it's welcome on their side. And that's why they say, oh, Lil Wayne should have performed. Lil Wayne should have performed, because the Super Bowl wouldn't have been the Blackest Bowl. The Blackety Black Bowl. It would have just been a bunch of mumble rap, new mumbles, because you know he comes up with a new sound every time he on. With people trying hard to hear and understand what the hell he's saying. And that's no, let me get this clear with people too. I used to like Lil Wayne. I did. Until this interview. Actually, the first interview where he was talking about there is no racism. So you can see why these, sassy soy boy MAGA mutants would rather have Lil Wayne perform than a Kendrick Lamar. Because they don't want a blackety black halftime show. They just don't. And knowing Lil Wayne, he probably pull out some white rock band or something like that, or whatever. Kendrick Lamar made sure we understood that this was for us. It was a salute to us. Nothing more and nothing less. Well, actually, it was something a little bit more. It was a middle finger to Drake and a salute to us. They're not like us. That's just what it is. And so this is what these sassy soy boy MAGA mutants was expecting for the halftime show. Shout out to reporting live from the Kremlin. That's what they expected to see, family. But let's also address this elephant in the room too, because you have a narrative getting pushed around here by the Democratic shields, especially the napkin supremacists that are Democrats. They're going around trying to push this narrative that when Kendrick said, you got the wrong one, you picked the wrong one, that he was talking about Trump. Let's get into those videos real quick. And I want you to see this here. This is that rail guy who act like he's a quote unquote ally to the black community. All of his content is basically MAGA bad, Democrats good. So I commented on this and I want to read this to you guys. It says, I hate these Democrats who are running around trying to make I hate these Democrats who are running around trying to make the salute to black Americans into a diss to Trump. When Kendrick said you picked the right time but the wrong guy, Kendrick was talking about himself because he knew he was going to salute black Americans on an all YT platform. So I want to make sure y'all knew that I had to clear that up several times. Several times I've cleared this up. I'm going to show you the other time. But listen to what this dude says.
But like, you're missing the most important part. Samuel L. Jackson was Uncle Sam. He was trying to narrate the show, direct the show, and K-Dot was like, no, I'm gonna do it my fucking way. Uncle Sam said, you're being too loud. Then he said, you're being ghetto. And then K-Dot slowed it down, and Uncle Sam was like, okay, see, nice and mellow. But then he picked it back up. Then he said, 40 acres and a mule, now this is bigger than music. Very clear, obvious message. Then he said, the revolution will be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. So the first part is a reference to an old song, the revolution will not be televised. But in this day and age where social media and TV is everywhere, the revolution will be televised. The right time is the Super Bowl. Fucking everybody's watching it. You picked the wrong guy, Trump. You picked the wrong guy, Trump. Then he had the flag divided with him in the middle. Like, the messaging is so clear, bro. He said, fuck you, Uncle Sam. I'll do what I want. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. This nation's divided. 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than music. The revolution will be televised.
Family, let me show you about the intellectual dishonesty that these people love to use, right? So when Kendrick Lamar said, you picked the right time, but the wrong guy, it wasn't after all this shit that this dude explained. It was the first beginning of the performance where he was standing on the GNX. So for him to try to make it seem like he basically said that and then he stood in the middle of a divided flag. No, the flag wasn't divided. The flag was scattered until Uncle Sam said something, and then they came together as the American flag while Kendrick was standing behind the American flag. And then he explained that situation, even if the flag became a split flag, right? He explained that situation by saying there's a cultural divide. So the fact that he's sitting there trying to say, oh, that was a dig at Trump. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care that, people want to attack Trump. Fine, do it. Don't take something that was a love letter, that was a salute to Black Americans, and then try to make it about something that it wasn't. I don't care if if he said it was about Biden. I wouldn't care if he said it was about Kamala. I wouldn't care. All I know is stop doing this nonsense. They're trying to change the narrative because Black Americans just might get on cold because of this performance. And we can't have that, can we? We definitely can't have that. Let's go here. This woman says the exact same thing. And that's how you know it's coming out of the DNC. And let me show you what this woman looks like.
Allow me to reintroduce.
This is the woman who wants to try and say this nonsense.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. The wrong guy. The wrong guy.
Absolutely no notes. It was perfect.
Do you see what I'm saying, family? They're trying to make this about something outside of the tribute to Black Americans and Black American culture in which Kendrick actually was showing and broadcasting to the world. This is what they're out here doing, family. Looking and sounding stupid as hell. And so I had to clear this up too. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, I see. He literally said, you got the wrong guy because they tried to stop his creativity in art. This had nothing to do with Trump. Black Americans say you got the wrong one when somebody is trying to test them. Let's not start spreading false narratives. The whole performance was a salute to Black Americans and Black culture. That's it. That's all. And you know, this person came in and said, thanks for saying that out loud. The halftime show was not for all Americans, just the black ones. And that's what it was. That's what it is. And that's what it's going to be. So, family, just be on the lookout, you know, because there's those two kinds of, you know, people running around right now. You got the Magite idiots, soy boy, you know, who are mad. And then you got the Democratic shills who are running around trying to make it seem like the message wasn't for us. It was towards Trump. So make sure you keep your eye on these folks, family. Our queen sister here, she says white people mad at the Super Bowl. White people mad at Cowboy Carter. White people mad at DEI, but they make up the most DEI hires. White people mad. Me. Happy Monday, Black America. And I love it. And I love it. Go on with yourself. All right, so let's get here. Because I found a video with one of the sisters explaining, just like how I explained, why these soy boy mayo mutants are so mad. See, I actually called them out, though. She just spoke from what she saw in her experience right after seeing the Super Bowl, a halftime show. So let's get into it, family. Oh, let me restart that, fam.
Baby, I had to step out of my Super Bowl party because Kendrick Lamar just performed the bliggity blackest Super Bowl halftime show, I believe, in history, with an all-black ensemble. Even under threat of being sued, he still performed They Not Like Us. And the symbolism for the red, white, and blue, and hello, Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam. The assignment, A+, A+++. Killed it. Phenomenal. Amazing. And did I mention blickety, blickety, black? They Not Like Us.
No, they are not. They're nowhere near like us. And just imagine this. Kendrick Lamar put on the blackest NFL halftime show ever during Black History Month, when we remind these YT supremacists about our contributions to this country. And then you wonder why they're mad. This was just piling on top of the fact that they didn't like Black History Month. They have to remember everything their ancestors and their people, immediate and otherwise, have done to us. They're the villain in a story that is consistently being told, and they hate that. And then Kendrick comes out and does this? Oh yeah, you better believe they're mad. They can stay mad too, because we don't give a damn. And that's 100. Our brother Kid Gravity said the Super Bowl was DEI, damn entertainment intermission. And I 100% agree. I 100% agree. But then he said this. Actually, this came first. This came after which. Oh, no. This came first. This came after. Okay. The most underrated part of the Super Bowl performance was Samuel L. Jackson cosplaying black conservatives. He was the safe Negro. The one black person who wants everything to be PC and admonishes you for bucking the system. Notice your white audience didn't criticize him. And they didn't. They're criticizing Kendrick. They're criticizing all the dancers. But ain't nobody talking about, Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that he probably was their favorite part of it. The same way he was their favorite part of the Django. I know it's Django, but I say the Django. Let's move on, family. Because I want to show Fannie Lou Hamer spoke about this and why it's so important for us as Black Americans that not only do we get what's owed to us, but how we feel about that flag, because we are so tied, intertwined with that flag. Like it, love it, or hate it, we are. So let's get to our sister.
The flag is drenched with our blood, because you see, so many of our ancestors was killed because we have never accepted slavery. We had to live on it, but we've never wanted it. So we know that this flag is drenched with our blood. So what the young people are saying now, give us a chance to be young men, respected as a man. As we know, this country was built on the black backs of black people across this country. And if we don't have it, you ain't gonna have it either, because we gonna tear it up. That's what they saying. And people ought to understand that. I don't see why they don't understand that. They know what they've done to us. All across this country, they know what they've done to us.
Family, Jason Black says this all the time. We can all be equally comfortable, or we can all be equally uncomfortable. And that's exactly what our sister's saying here when she said either we're going to get what's owed to us or we're going to tear it up. And that's what it is. We have a debt that's owed to us. And that's why you got all these freaking tethers coming out of nowhere talking stuff about this performance too. I'm gonna save that for another video, because I got a whole dang thread that I want to go through with you guys, but it won't be for today. But you got a bunch of tethers running around here saying the same thing as the white supremacists, and to be honest with you, ain't nobody surprised. We're more surprised, to be honest with you, if, one of the tethers actually say, that Kendrick Lamar, he actually did really good. One of the best ones I've seen. I ain't seen one tether say that at all. These tethers are out here literally trying to push the same narrative as the white supremacists. Oh, Lil Wayne should have performed. I'm just saying. Oh, this was just the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen in all my years. It's because they have no tie to the culture. And when he said they're not like us, that's exactly what he showed in this performance and the aftermath of the performance as well. Family, I don't even know why people were all that damn surprised, to be honest with you, that it was so pro-black. I knew it was going to be pro-black because I remember the 2023 Super Bowl with him, Dr. Dre, whatever, whether it was 2023 or 2022, whatever. I remember the Super Bowl where they did that performance, and his part of the performance was the only militant pro-black part of the performance. Everything else was just partying and cooning. And Eminem. Y'all don't remember this? He's out there dressed like Mike Jack. Military. Got them walking around like soldiers. It's kind of the same thing that they were doing right here, right? So it isn't that hard to understand. It isn't that hard to understand. But they mad because he did something that nobody has ever done at the Super Bowl ever. And that was take Black Americans and Black American culture and push it to the forefront on a white nationalist platform. That's what it is. Now, there is something else I want to touch on, and we're going to end with this. You had people out there trying to dissipate the energy, trying to steal the energy, because you had an idiot run on the stage during Kendrick's performance waving a flag that said Palestine and Syria, I believe. Check it out, family. That's one angle, family. Here's another angle. Family, these people can't get nothing popping on their own. They have to do something to try to literally pull from our energy if we're not giving them our energy. This man, he literally ran on the stage with a flag and waved it, ran around like, come on, man. Why can't they get something popping on their own time? Why do you always have to go where we are in order to try to dissipate our energy or take away from what we're doing? But then they wonder why we ain't out here trying to help them with their causes. The exact same thing they did on King's birthday out there in South Carolina. It's exactly what they did when we were sitting there talking about reparations and the anti-black agenda. So, family, I want you to be proud of who you are, because everybody wish they can have the clout you have. They wish they can have the spirit, the soul, the energy that you have. They wish they had that connection to where they can actually put something on and be successful, but they don't. And so they have to keep on trying to get into our mix, no matter who it is. Whether it's the Tethers, the Palestinians, the Hispanics, doesn't matter. This is why they do these things. So, family, I'm very proud of Kendrick, and I'm proud of the performance that he did. And I hope you feel the same way. But I also hope that you got your eyes wide open, because you're going to see a lot of lines being drawn in the sand. And if it ain't this side of the line, where reparations and an anti-black hate crime bill is on the table, then everything else is just pure nonsense. And black Americans, we've checked out. And that's it. And that's all. But with that being said, family and friends, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. Family, foundational black Americans is being pushed to the forefront. And everybody's trying to figure out how they can stop that. How they consider themselves around that. How they can remove us from the, top of the board to get themselves up there. But we're coming to that time. We're coming to that time where everything shall be as it was in the beginning. Ran by us. All around the world, these people are scared. That's another thing that this represents to them. Genetic annihilation. Genetic annihilation. So family, don't ever, ever, ever be misconstrued by why they're saying and doing these things. And it's always becoming more and more nonsensical. You can't even have a conversation with these people because all the stuff that comes out of their mouth is nonsense. Pure nonsense. So don't waste your breath, family. Just laugh at them like Kendrick Lamar and walk off. Say Drake. And with that being said, family, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. It doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm off.